Hello and welcome to the Human Bacon Podcast. What episode are we on, Nick?
27.
27. We're almost at midlife crisis.
We're getting
We could
close
have
to
one
30.
now. We could have one.
Close to 30.
Yeah, 30 is...
I mean, midlife, that'd be sad if you'd only live to be, 54 then? That's your midlife. I mean, if this is the 1800s, I think that's pretty old. You know, it's funny when they say, like, not funny, but when you look back at, like, life expectancy, how, like, people didn't live to be that long, but then, like, Ben Franklin was, like, 80-something when he died, and you're like, wait, how the hell did he pull that off then?
He willed to live with his intellectual superiority.
He just willed it, even though
He's
he had, like,
I need the
syphilis.
fucking light bulb. I'll live as long as I want.
Yeah. I discovered electricity.
You think a fucking disease is just gonna kill me? Fucking...
It's just insane.
Like, society depends on what I made
I need to be
today.
alive.
So I'll fucking live as long as I want.
Remember those
Tell me any different.
shitty Freemason commercials? I don't know if you remember those on the radio. And then
I
a guy would
don't.
just pretend to be Ben Franklin. Like he would like try to tell you why you should be a Freemason, which I still don't even really know what they are. But he would always, I may just be Ben Franklin. Like you're not. He's dead. He's been dead for hundreds of years.
Don't they like go to the middle of the woods and like play dress up?
I don't know if that's what the Freemasons do. I think it's some like National Treasure, Nicolas Cage movie type, hiding secret things.
See,
maybe.
That's what I thought too. And then like literally, like I've seen the National Treasures, and then like I'm like, oh shit, Freemasons are crazy.
Yep.
And then I saw this documentary about like Freemasons. I don't know, this was like fucking like 8 years ago. But I saw this documentary and I was like, oh my god, like this must have like some crazy shit. Come on, Lola. Come on.
Go lay down.
Come on.
Go.
Are you crazy?
Yep, she really wants to be involved today.
All right, okay, but no, I saw this documentary and I was like, wow, this is probably gonna be like super interesting. It was the most boring documentary in regard, like it was like one of those history videos you watch in like history class where it's the monotone.
Yep.
And it's like
Just
7
facts.
people died in the trenches that day.
Like, oh god, guy's just reading facts.
Yeah. But yeah, I was just like, wow, Freemasons are like boring as fuck. And there was only one interesting thing on that documentary, and it was when they went to the woods and they all dressed up in their little cloaks, like they were going to play like Harry Potter in the woods. And
Nice.
they just like sat around a fire, and they were just all these like rich old white dudes sitting around a fire, just playing dress up.
Just do whatever they want.
And I don't know, probably sacrificing like goats or some shit.
There's a Freemason building right behind Lowell High. I don't know if you've ever noticed that.
What?
Yeah, like right behind Lowell High near what's that fucking
I know
bar
there-
that's over there? I mean, not the bar, but cobblestones.
Yeah.
It's like in between. There's like a building in between cobblestones and Lowell High. If you ever noticed, but it's a Freemason like meetup building
Dude,
place.
someone's gonna tell
it
Nicolas
has like
Cage.
it has
what
the
the
symbol
fuck?
and everything on it. Like
Really?
yeah. I think it even says it in like stone. It says Freemasons or something on it. Yeah. Because I remember in high school just looking at like what do they do? Do they build things? Because I thought Masons were people who worked with like cement and things like that and built buildings, and I just don't know why they're free. Like you don't have to pay them, or are they free? Like they're not held down by any government. Like I'm confused.
The literal interpretation of Freemasons. It's like they're just like free. You can just like take them and they'll work for you.
Yeah, they just work
Yeah.
because they're free.
Are they slaves, or are they doing this willingly?
Yeah, it's like a genie. I think.
It's like a genie.
Yeah. You find them, and now they have to do stuff for
And
you for free.
You just rub them a little bit, and
You gotta rub them. Yes, they need to be rubbed.
and you just rub them a little bit, and then they'll do whatever work
Build
you
you a
want.
nice stone wall
That's
in
beautiful.
front of your home.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I want a Freemason.
Me too. I don't want to be one.
What would you name yours?
Sassafras.
Sassafras?
Yep.
That's a beautiful name.
That's who he's gonna be.
I was thinking of like Larry, but
Larry and Sassafras. Sassafras is gonna hate his name when he meets up with Larry.
wow. Yeah, Sassafras. That's like, I mean, would you really say the whole name every time you called for him? Or would you be like,
Maybe
Sassa?
You could just call him Sassy, and he'll really hate me.
Sassy. I'd like to teach him to do tricks and, all kinds of stuff.
Like a seal.
Yeah, exactly like a seal.
He'll hit a ball off his nose.
It's a Freemason seal. Balance this on your nose, Freemason. But like, once they're yours, are they Freemasons anymore? Are
That's
they?
what I mean.
They're owned Masons. They're owned
Yeah.
Masons.
When
at
are they
that
ever
point.
really free?
for a very small period of time till they become owned by.
Until they have a job, and you're not really free anymore. You're obligated now.
Yeah, and yeah, they just get they get paid in being rubbed.
Yeah, that's how it used to be. Right? For money.
That was the first form of payment.
When you were just trading things.
Isn't
that the
cavemen?
old prostitution's like the oldest? Isn't it like the oldest occupation in the world?
It has to be. I mean, the amount of manipulation you can do with sex is insane. It's like you'll get all kinds of shit.
Whatever you want. We're a bunch of dumb cavemen still, so.
Yeah, I mean, just have a vagina. You can get a lot done with that.
Yeah. Speaking of that, Valentine's Day is coming up.
Yeah, it is coming up.
Next week.
Yeah, I feel like, dude, now that I'm getting older, I just feel like a holiday is just around the corner all the time.
There's a lot of holidays.
There's so many. And, like, you have to, like, prepare for them. You gotta go out and get shit.
I mean, is there, like, a worse made-up one than Valentine's Day? I mean, they're all made up, because it wasn't just, like, all of a sudden, they were just holidays, like, we made them up. But
Valentine's Day hurts so many more people than it helps.
Oh. How many babies are born in November, then? You gotta think, there's gonna be a lot of November babies. If everyone's banging in February, 9 months later, you're gonna be... like late November, a lot of late November babies probably.
Yeah, because I was born in February. Because my birthday is in 20 days. Yeah, my birthday is 28th. But as far as November babies,
I think they would have to be, right?
They would have to be. Yeah, there should be a little spike. That'd be an interesting statistic to look up. When are the most baby borns?
When's the most common?
Yeah, what's the most common month for baby bornage?
Yeah, whenever they're born. Stupid Valentine's Day. We already got all the fucking shit up at work. That was up day 4 of January. Just all kinds of candy and everything. You wonder why we're just a country of fat people. When every holiday is just like, here's some more candy for you.
Every holiday is just like, here's a bunch of shit to stuff yourself. And since it's a holiday, you don't have to feel guilty. It's okay. Yeah. But it's like... There's 5 holidays a month. It
just keeps going. Like New Year's, you can just do whatever you want, binge and get fucked up. Like, yeah, it's New Year's.
And New Year's is 6 days away from Christmas. It's like you...
Right after you just ate a Christmas meal.
There's no...
Valentine's Day is literally chocolates.
Yeah.
It's chocolates and fucking booze. And then St. Patrick's Day is just salt. You're just eating.
You're just eating pure
salt. And then it's Easter, more salt and chocolate, because they hit you with the ham and the fucking Easter candy. God, I do love Easter candy, though.
It's good.
Jelly beans, all the different jelly beans.
Did you go Easter egg hunting when you were little?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, that was that's one of my earliest memories. And dude, this is the earliest memory I have in its entirety. I literally remember we were out Easter egg hunting, right? And this is literally the first time I remember doing this. I looked at the sun, and then it hurt my eyes, and I go, "Fuck, that hurt."
That brought you into existence.
That's my first. That was my first memory is of looking at the sun. That's my earliest memory where I'm like, oh my god, that just hurt really bad. Like, what the fuck? Why'd that happen?
That's awesome.
Yeah, we were just Easter egg hunting that day, and yeah, we were out in this green field. I think it might have been it was I don't know, not Petridge Farms. Fucking this farm.
Shaw's.
It's this place near Shaw's Farm. It's just this big green field, and there's goats and shit. And there's a hayride.
Yeah.
Easter. But, yeah, and I believe that's where we were. And yeah, I just looked at the sun, and I was just like, wow. I was like, why did that hurt so bad? And that's the earliest memory I have.
Happy Easter. Tyler's blind. He's staring at the sun. I don't know why I like Easter so much. I think it's just because it's that's usually when the weather actually starts to change around here.
Yeah.
Because you always think March is going to be, March is spring. March still sucks.
March is bad.
You never know. But April, middle of April, all right, here we go. It's finally going to be at least kind of warm.
You can go outside and not suffer terrible every single second.
I do remember Easter egg hunting, though, when there would be change sometimes. My dad would put, quarters or something in there, and I thought that was, you'd pick it up, and it'd be heavy, and you're like, oh, fuck yes.
Dude,
I got some change.
Now that you say that, I remember that. My parents did the same thing. Whenever they put change in that, and you pick up that egg, and you feel the weight.
And you were like, fuck yeah.
You're like, hell yeah. And then, my parents would put dollar bills.
Yeah, sometimes they would do that too.
On top of the change too, and yeah, dude, that was dope because we'd go Easter egg hunting, and Dude, it was not fair at all. It's like if whatever eggs you got, like if you were the best Easter egg hunter, like you were gonna get a shit ton of money, and you're gonna go to the store afterwards, and you're gonna buy a shit ton of snacks, and you're gonna eat them all fucking up on your high horse in front of all the other kids, and you ain't gonna share shit.
I got a one of those like I always got one of those like store bought baskets too, like the pre-made basket with the grass and everything already in it. I feel like I got one of those up until I was like a junior in high school or something. My mom was still buying me like every other holiday she gave up, but for something about Easter I was still getting the little grass basket.
My mom would like hand make them, and I would always have like an Xbox gift card in there.
Nice.
And just like enough candy to like rot my teeth for months.
She always just put mad jelly beans in the grass, so I would just be like digging in there for fucking jelly beans.
Dude, I remember the first Easter basket I ever got. I thought it was gonna be comparable to Willy Wonka. I thought everything was gonna be edible, so I grabbed the jelly beans with a handful of grass, and I stuffed it in my mouth. And I started chewing, and I was just like, oh! I was like, what is wrong with this candy?
Literally just shredded plastic.
I was like, that's so gross. And like my mom was like pulling the shit out of my mouth. And I was just like, oh, why?
Why do I do this?
She goes, that's not candy. And I was like, then why'd you put it in there?
Yep.
I was like, why would you do that?
I loved it.
It makes no sense. It's all candy in here. Why would you put 1% not candy? I was like, you're fucking with me.
Look, I thought everything you're chewing on like the Wicca basket. Why isn't this edible?
I straight up thought it was like Willy Wonka, where it's like the grass is edible.
I never ever told you that I used to have a candy drawer. I don't know if this ever came up.
No.
How I had like a big, everyone has a dresser. You got clothes and everything in it. And like the third drawer down, it was full to the brim of candy and like Little Debbie snacks and everything. Because my mom worked at Poppins. It was like this local kind of wicked shady convenience store, and the guy never did inventory. And I think we talked about how he would like you could go down there and sell your food stamps, like $200 worth of food stamps. He'll give you like $100 in cash, and then he'll go and use the food stamps and buy a bunch of shit for his place. And so I would go there and I'd get like mad shit, and I'd give my mom $5, and she would give me like a bunch of money back in change, but it didn't look like it'd be like ones and shit. So I'd have all the candy I just got plus like $5 more than I came in with, and I would go down with all my friends. And we would just load up on candy. We would throw it all in my drawer because I can't go home with all this shit. Like, where'd you get all this? You don't have any money. How do you have? Yeah. Oh, Nick's mom's. Fucking shady. But so yeah, I had a whole entire drawer full of candy from like I think like my sophomore year of high school, my senior year. It was always full. Every day you could go in there and just. I'm surprised I don't have diabetes. That's all I did was just eat candy and Little Debbie snacks.
That's funny. I remember I used to go to Poppins all the time when I was a kid.
Yep.
And I think, like, I would go there for, like, teeny drinks, and, like, I forget what else was exclusively up there.
They would sell the Market Basket cans of soda for, like 15 cents, and it would say Market Basket on the soda. Like, I don't think you're allowed to do this.
Oh, yeah, that was the only store with penny candy still.
You could still do, on the corner.
You remember that, right?
Yeah, you could still go in the corner.
I don't think that's there anymore.
No, it hasn't been there for a while. Yeah, but that's where we would get it because we would just load up on candy. That's all it would be.
Yeah, because that was the only store that still had penny candy. And that was, like, early 2000s.
Oh, he would sell, like, fucking, like, individual Dutches, and, like, he'd open, it was, like, even Lucy's for cigarettes. Like, he'd open up a pack of cigarettes and sell you, like, 1 or 2 cigarettes. Or the same thing with Dutches. He'd just open up the pack and sell you one for, like, 50 cents.
Jesus.
I'm surprised he never.
That's highly illegal.
Oh yeah,
that's like
you can't get him now. Guys hasn't owned the store for like 10 years. Somebody else owns it now. But Stan, that was his name. Stanley, and he hated anytime kids would go in there. What are you doing in there? Hurry up! I'd be like, dude, my mom works here, and hurry up, get what you're getting.
Dude, I think I remember that.
He was a big fat dude.
I'm pretty sure I remember being yelled at in Poppins.
Oh, always.
Just because we were like looking up and down the aisles.
He didn't like kids in there at all.
Yeah, because he think we were going to stuff our pockets.
Yeah, and
do so. Which, we wanted to.
Yeah.
Absolutely, 100%.
Absolutely, but hey, dude, you're doing shady shit. We're going to do some shady shit. Don't worry about it. I remember there was a bathroom in the back, and I went in there. This was like junior year of high school, so I was like smoking pot and everything by then. And I went in the back to use the bathroom. When I came out, it was like a whole... You like those like cigar boxes, kind of?
Yeah.
How they look. It was like one of those, and it was just filled with Dutches. And I just grabbed it and put it in my book bag and just walked out because I'm like, I know he doesn't do inventory. He doesn't even know probably this is back here. I remember I brought it to my buddy's house that we always smoked at, and I opened the door and gave it to him. He's like, "Where the fuck did you get this?" I'm like, "Shh. I got connections, all right? You need some candy, bro?"
Bro, I got a drawer full of candy.
Yep.
You ain't never seen a drawer full of candy before.
I gotta love the sketchy corner stores.
That's funny, man. Yeah, I remember the only time I ever stole candy was I did it once, and it was at the 7-Eleven on Bridge Street.
Yeah.
It was like Store 24 back then.
Store 24, yes.
Yeah. I went in there, and my friends like waited outside, and I went in there with an intention to steal a Starburst, you know? And dude, I was so nervous. And like I remember I grabbed like the Starburst. Like, dude, I was sweating bullets because like we didn't have any money, and like we just really wanted candy. And I just took it, and then I stuffed it in my sleeve, and then I just walked out, and then I gave it to my friend, and I was the coolest kid for the whole day.
Yeah.
And,
Ballsy enough to steal.
I remember as soon as I left that store, like I was like speed walking like towards my friend, and then as soon as I get like a safe distance away, I like motioned to him. I'm like, we're running.
Oh yeah, run now.
And then we ran to Eagle Park, and then we sat down on the bench, and we distributed all the candy.
You just ate a bunch of Starburst.
Yeah.
Bunch of thieves.
And dude, it tasted pretty good.
It does.
That's the only time I've ever stole from a convenience store. But
I've stolen a lot. I used to steal all the time.
I remember one time at Market Basket. It was the one near Brunswick, the bowling alley.
Yeah, Wood Street.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was the one over there. Not the new one, but
Yeah.
because I was little. We were walking through there, and we rode our bikes all the way from like Centerville
Jesus
to
Christ.
over there. Yeah, we were just on an adventure that day, and we were super thirsty and hungry, and we didn't have any money, so we just went in there, and like I knew we were gonna like take some things. Well, like I told my friends, like I was like, okay, I'm not gonna take anything. I was like, I'm just gonna walk around, and then like you guys can do it, and then we'll fucking run over the baseball field near here, and then we'll fucking just disperse it all in the dugouts, and then we'll eat it, and we'll be good. And then my friends were like, all right, yeah, that's a plan. And then we went in. I was the only kid with a backpack, so unknown to my knowledge, when they would take shit, they would like get behind me, and they'd like stuff it in my backpack because like it was open a little bit, so they'd like just like drop it in, and they left with a few things in their pockets, but like when we got to the baseball field, they were like, give me your backpack, and I was like, why? And they were like, dude, there's shit in there, and I was like, what? And then we opened it, and I was just like, oh my god,
just loaded with shit.
I was like, this is like a felony amount of candy. I was like, oh my god, guys, like I got pissed for a minute, and then once we started eating it, I was happy. I was like, this is fine.
Oh yeah,
now.
this is fine. Because they had that little candy section too in Market Basket before. Not like penny candy, but a little kind of area to just put shit together.
Yeah.
I love candy stores though. Those are like one of my weaknesses. They just weigh it up. I mean, I need a burlap sack here. Don't give me one of these shitty plastic scoop up dog shit.
Yeah, they'll have like the fucking giant tray full of fudge, and then they'll break off a big piece, and they'll weigh it up. Yeah, there's like little tiny mom and pop candy stores like around, and like they have fucking bomb candy.
Yep.
Like seriously good. Like that's what I've noticed too. Like the smaller the store is, and the more discreet it is, and the less people know about it, it's like they have the best shit for some reason.
They got more time to do shit.
Yeah, just like Arthur's downtown, the boot
Oh
mills.
yeah,
It's like it's a tiny little shop. Like you wouldn't even know it's like a restaurant. Like you would have no idea just driving by.
Looks like an old trolley. I mean, it is kind of, but yeah,
it's a fucking restaurant in an old trolley.
It's all black and everything too. It just says Arthur's.
Yeah.
A boot mill.
Yeah, and they got fucking some of the best breakfast around.
Yep.
Like it's fucking.
I've never had one, but that's just because I don't like eggs, so there's no point in getting a boot mill.
You could get like just a shit ton of home fries and like just bacon and then sausage.
Yeah.
That'd be bomb. That's good. That's good shit.
I never had money anyway in high school.
No, I remember there was
do any of that shit.
Yeah, the rich kids, they would always come into class.
Oh
with boot
yeah,
mills.
I wouldn't have anything. I'd have my card that you could scan my ID with for my free lunch because the lunches at Low High were pretty good sometimes.
They were.
I mean, the chicken sandwiches, I remember, if you got them on the right days, it was like bomb.
Yeah, had to be the right days.
Yep.
I remember. I don't know. I don't think they had that when you were there, but did they have like the area where you could like make wraps and shit?
They had like it was kind of like a Subway thing when I was there. Like you just
Yeah.
pick shit out and they put it together for you.
Okay, so they did have that. Yeah, that was pretty bomb.
Yeah.
Like if you saw someone with a dope sandwich, you'd be like, "What the fuck you get on there?"
Oh,
And
yeah.
then you go up there and then you tell them to make it, and then, yeah, it was just exactly like Subway.
I remember how chaotic it would be in the little section with all the condiments. You're just trying to like work your way around and hope to God when there's like you'd see that the ketchup thing is low, like please don't squeeze this and squirt all over me. Like just gonna get that fucking spray action when you pull down on
Just
it.
a spray.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, that's funny.
They even
Good
had like a
old
bank and
days.
shit in there.
Did they have a bank?
They had a bank inside of the fucking in like a low high store. We could like go in there and they sold like low high like shirts and shit. Like I remember going in there
Oh,
like
yeah.
once because I was like I never had money. Why would I go in there? And I went in there. Somebody was buying. I think they had like Dippin' Dots. And they started serving that around then. I remember being in there looking around like, wow, they got some nice shit in here. I was like, you've never been in here? Some like Bellevue kid or something I was hanging out with. I'm like, no, I've never been in here. You kidding me?
Yeah, man, Lil High was pretty crazy. Yeah, I remember. Like you remember the game Redneck?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I remember this this like these two kids, they were playing a game of Redneck, and like they would amp up a little bit more after each Redneck they would give each other. So the first dude would Redneck and the other dude would do it a little harder, and then that dude would do it a little harder.
Yep.
Back and forth, back and forth. And then the dude did the one dude, he did like a fucking Mortal Kombat finisher slap to the back of this dude's neck, like fucking like full on haymaker. And dude, the kid fell down on the floor, and like dude, he wasn't moving. We thought he was like knocked the fuck out. He was down for a good like 5 seconds. And then
Don't
the
cry.
kid like
Don't
fucking
cry.
slowly stood up, and like dude, his eyes were all wide. And yeah, that kid got expelled because that dude fucking like hit the ground and like smashed his head on the ground
Yeah.
too. Like that was the most intense game of Redneck I've ever seen. And like
People
it was like
fucking nuts.
the dude did the Redneck with like a running start, like fucking down the tunnel, like the tunnel
Yeah,
you go
yeah.
down that connects the schools, and he fucking ran down as fast as he could, and like did like a fucking like you know like a Superman punch,
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
running Superman punch. It was like that, but with like a fucking slap
Slapped
against
him.
the back of this dude's neck, and like fucking dropped that kid. Like I don't know why the fuck you think you would like get away with doing it that hard.
I don't know why people would engage in it in the first place. Why would you be like, yeah, dude, slap me in the neck and then I'll slap you in the neck and we'll keep doing this? Like, people used to play Bloody Knuckles. Dude, punch me in the fist and then I'll punch your fist. And I'd always be like, this is the dumbest fucking thing we could ever do. Why are we punching each other
Yeah,
in the fist?
I never played those games. I'm like, if you do it to me, like I would tell people, I'm like, if you do it to me, I'm like, I'm gonna fight you. Like,
Yeah,
I'm not
literally.
gonna.
Yeah, that's how this isn't going to end. It's going to end with me kicking you in the nuts.
Like, if you try to start the game, like, I'm going to fight
Yeah.
you. like I'm gonna attack you.
This isn't gonna work out so well.
Yeah, some kid tried doing it to me in like middle school, and like I told him what was gonna happen, and yeah, I almost got suspended that day, because I fucking whipped him into the locker, and fucking yeah, that was pretty crazy. I felt really cool afterwards though.
Yep.
Felt great. Yeah, because like the popular kids were like, dude, that was so cool, and I was like, am I popular now? And they were like, no.
Everyone, we're gonna forget about you tomorrow, guy. Don't worry about it.
But yeah, fuck those games, man. Like I don't understand where they come from.
We're just
Like,
weird.
there's-
We're just animals. That's why. We're just a bunch of young kids still trying to find our place and what we're doing. We just
you-
want to start slapping each other.
So this game came out after I went to high school. So I was like probably like 2017, 2018. But it was like kids that would like lock their legs or something and like attempt to like pass out.
There was kids when I was in school doing that in ROTC. Because some
Yeah.
kid tried to get out of being in ROTC and he would just do that to pass out. And then he would pass out too. And then that's how we got out. Because I forgot what he said it was, but the kid was fucking nuts anyway. I won't say his name because he's still around and he's still fucking nuts. But
But yeah, dude, those kid games are crazy. I don't know where they come from. They come from probably like bumfuck Alabama.
people bored. You don't have TV and nothing else to do. What are you gonna
Let's
just
just-
staring at each other? We don't got toys or a football or anything. I got a fist. You got a face. All right, let's try this out. How does any of that shit? How does someone start like boxing or wrestling and stuff? Like just boredom.
Probably starts at boredom. Yeah. Yeah. It's just I'm wondering who like invents the game though. You know.
Yeah, like
Like there's got to be like there's someone that does it. You know?
Yeah.
There's probably like one fucking mad scientist that's like, oh, the kids are gonna get this game this year.
I think it was an older brother trying to not get in trouble by he slapped his younger brother, and then he was crying. He's like, "Don't tell mom you can slap me. We'll say it was a game." And then somebody else overheard it and it just spiraled out of control.
Dude, I would do that shit all the time when I was a kid. Like just like blaming my older brother. Like anything he would do too, like, Mom.
Yep.
Like even when he wouldn't do shit, I'd be like, he hit me.
Yeah.
And
It's the only power you have.
dude, yeah, because when you're a kid, like you don't get the strength, you know.
I'm not gonna beat you up. What am I
You
gonna?
can get other people to beat up your. You can get like your
I'll
parents.
get bigger people to beat you up.
Yeah. Yeah, that shit's crazy. I remember one time to get back at my brother, I dumped a shit ton of hot sauce on his spaghetti,
Nice.
and yeah, he took one bite, and then he was like he knew I did it, and then he started trying to chase me around, but his mouth was so hot and on fire that he had to like take a break and like go get milk. And as he was chugging the gallon of milk at the fridge, like I went up and I pantsed him.
Yes. Yes.
And then he tried to like chase, and like he's like chugging the gallon of milk, trying to pull up his pants, like trying to get me.
That's awesome.
That was I felt very accomplished that day.
That was a good day.
It was a great day.
It was the beginning of the rest of your life.
Yeah, because like he was the type of brother to be like, I don't know, like if I was just standing near like the couch or just like anywhere with like a soft landing spot, he'd fucking like trip me and push me, you know?
Yeah.
Because like he didn't want to hurt me, but he just wanted to be like, I fucking own you. Like,
This is my house.
some fucking testosterone. It's my house. But yeah, he would do that shit all the time, and I got back at him good a few times. Like I remember one time he had this girlfriend, and they were going out for like ice cream, and like I asked him, I was like, can I come, you know? And he was like, no, you can't come. And like he was just being like a douchebag older brother.
Yep.
Even his girlfriend was like, he can come if he wants. My brother was like, no, fucking like, and like just like put me down.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck this dude. So before they went out to the car, I snuck in the back seat and I laid down on the floor. And as soon as they get to the ice cream place, I pop up and I go, what are we getting? And dude, I scared the living shit out of both of them. And it was fucking hilarious.
That's awesome.
My brother was so fucking pissed at me, but his girlfriend like found it like this. It was like the most hilarious thing, and it was great. But yeah, whenever I could get back at him, I would do it.
That's some like Disney Channel. Like you should have popped up and there should have been a laugh track that overplayed when you like.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, man, fucking how's the happy H going?
It's not bad. Slow time of the year, so we got a new guy. This I don't know. He's probably in his late 30s or something. Short, kind of fat dude, and he brought up Cobra Kai the other day. Now I don't want to say it to him, but he's Sting right now because he has a beard and everything. And he said something about Cobra Kai, and I'm like, I don't want to be like, oh, you're Stingray, because he's like, why? Because I'm fat. I'm gonna be like, I mean, that's not the only reason. You also have a beard, like.
That's funny.
But yeah, he looks like Stingray.
Fucking Stingray.
He'll fit in. He's just another nerd. We're talking about like just nerdy shit. I'm like, all right, you'll fit right in here. I feel like Jeff feels so left out because he doesn't know much of that shit. And we're talking about like future shit that's coming out in like 2 years from now, whatever. And he's just like, did you see Boba Fett? Like, no. I'm gonna wait to watch that until Mando comes out anyway. I feel like I'm gonna forget everything.
So you said you don't mind spoilers.
Oh no,
right?
I already read. I read shit like the next day.
Oh, okay. So you know everything that's happening in Boba Fett?
Yeah, I know. Like the last 2 episodes are like Mando episodes, pretty much.
Yeah. So episode 5 is when Mando comes back.
Yep.
And dude, he has like a really badass entrance. Fucking and he uses the same line. He's like, I can bring you in warm or I can bring you in cold.
Yep.
He's like doing like a bounty. And dude, what he does with the Darksaber is fucking crazy. He's just fucking slashing and gashing people's limbs off. Like,
That's
just
awesome.
Going crazy. Fucking but yeah, it's like the Boba Fett part of it, it's like it's not the most interesting, I'd say.
Yeah.
Like it's good. And if like you're a real like true fan of Star Wars, like you go hard into the lore, then you'll probably enjoy it a lot more than I have. But you just kind of wish you like got like a little bit more from it, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Like the storytelling is good, but it's just not what it. It's just not on the same level as Mando, you know? Because I mean, Baby Yoda.
yeah.
It's like Baby Yoda.
I had
What
no
the fuck?
real like
You know?
excitement going into this anyway, to be honest. I was like, I don't know, how awesome is this gonna be? Because I almost felt like it's the same thing, like as Mando. I know it's different, but it's like, oh, kind of another bounty hunter guy wearing a mask going across to
Yeah.
fight people. I'm like, I think I've just watched 2 seasons of this.
Yeah. Like they try to like add some different stuff into the story to make it a little more interesting. Like they add like a dark Wookiee. Like he's
Yeah,
like,
I saw that.
Yeah,
Well,
like,
I've read about that. Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
I know the last one was what, like Luke's kind of giving Baby Yoda an ultimatum.
Yeah. So tomorrow is the final episode of the season. So.
Shit.
Yeah.
Mando's not coming out till like December.
Yeah. Mando's gonna be a while.
The Obi-Wan's coming out. Was it March?
I don't fucking
I don't.
know.
But it's this year. I know. I saw the poster for
I
it.
can't wait for Obi-Wan. That's
It's gonna be awesome, especially if Anakin's coming back. The original guy, Hayden Christensen,
Yeah,
or
he
whatever.
is coming back,
He's supposed
yeah.
to be coming back.
Like there's some behind the scenes stuff of them doing like some lightsaber choreography.
Yep.
So I think it's gonna be fucking.
I'm glad
great.
they actually stuck with Ewan McGregor too for Obi-Wan.
You have to.
I'm just glad they did, because
Like-
I mean, when they redid that Hellboy movie, I don't know how you didn't go with Ron, whatever the fuck his name is, like the original guy
Yeah.
from it. Like they went off and did the guy from Stranger Things. That movie sucked. The new Hellboy movie was
Yeah. Not
terrible.
Good. Not good. Like they didn't even. God, like I don't understand what happened with Hellboy. Like Hellboy 3 was fucking great. Like it was phenomenal. Like literally it had like a cliffhanger like for there to be
the
like
Golden Army.
yeah, the Golden Army.
Yep.
Like
Yeah, that was the second one.
I was waiting forever for that to come out. I was just like I can't wait. But
Yeah, they never did the third one. They never finished it.
oh, there was never a third one.
No, yeah,
So
they did the first,
they
the second, and then they left the second one on a big cliffhanger.
God.
And then the third one was that shitty one that came. I mean, it was cool that they were letting him more swear and it was more an R, but I'm like, it just felt like campy.
Yeah.
Some of it. I'm like, this is like forced. This isn't cool. I miss the other guy.
Yeah. Like you can't. Like I don't know. With Hellboy, it's like you shouldn't try to switch it.
Yeah,
you
just
know?
leave it how it was.
Yeah, you could have did the third movie. I think it would have been fucking phenomenal. Like it would have been great.
I read the other day that the guy who played it, I can't believe I forgot his name. I want to say Ron Harmon, but I don't know if that's what it is.
I think it's Ron Swanson or something.
Ron Swanson, isn't that the guy from Parks and Recs?
Maybe.
No, but he was talking about how the director had a third one, like it's been ready for a long time, but they just, the studios don't want to do it. And they asked him if he would do the third one, and he's like, I'm 70 years old, like I don't want to. He goes, I would, just because I know how the third one is supposed to end, and I want to do it just to end it that way. He's like, I wouldn't look forward to it though, going in makeup and doing all this. He's like, I'm 70 fucking years old. Like,
That sucks. That sucks.
Yep.
I think Hellboy would be like a really good Netflix show.
We can make a good Hellboy show.
They could like on just like The Witcher,
Yep.
It's like
You can make a
same
good
sort
Hellboy
of
show.
same sort of premise. Who would be Hellboy?
I know you'd have to go younger. It'd have to be somebody I can't really think of. I feel like if you're gonna
Yeah.
start, you'd have to start off with like an origin kind of, right? Or you're just jumping right into him already being Hellboy and fighting crime. I feel like that's the hard thing to do with new stuff.
Yeah.
Like, do you just go straight for the origin story, or
You'd have to do origin. At
Yeah.
least like
do you kind of like switch it up? Like, first couple episodes is him where he is now fighting crime. Then halfway through the season's an origin story.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, you can like put the pieces
Yeah.
in different spots and still make it good as far as like timeline goes.
I don't know if you've been watching The Peacemaker.
No.
It's fucking awesome, dude. You gotta watch that.
Is it good?
It's really good.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I wasn't sure about it because like it was just like the John Cena thing. I was just like, I don't know.
He's really good in it.
He
Because I
is.
was the same way. I was like, I don't know how Cena's gonna be, but they found a way to make him like really funny. Like the way they use his comedy in it is really
Yeah.
funny,
I'll give
and
it
it's
a
fucked
chance
up
then.
too.
It is.
Yeah, it's fucked up. It's like
the-
gory.
like the
Like-
boys, kind of.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
That's what's up. That's cool. That's awesome. That's awesome. I'll check it out for sure.
Stuff to watch. I just started watching Ozark. If you ever watched Ozark.
Have you seen that? Well, you just started watching the first season.
I just finished the second season.
Okay.
I'm on to the third season.
So the second season, is that with her brother?
No.
Okay,
The second season ended with them getting the casino.
So the ending of the third season's fucking insane.
I still got a while. Yeah, I haven't even really started the third season yet, so I still got a while.
It's basically all a build up to like the third season, pretty much.
Yeah, that's what I'm figuring. But
and then the fourth season, it's like they're trying to get out so hard.
The only
but it's just
thing I wish they would do more of that I like they did in Breaking Bad. I like how they kind of showed them making everything. I wish they kind of showed more of the money laundering, like more of the kind of technical. Not like going into details about it, but it was cool seeing them like make shit and they would just show stuff going down to two. You don't even have to talk. Like you kind of could just show like where the money's going from one account to where it's going to like how it would lead to the cartel. 'Cause they don't really explain shit. It's just like Marty just like, all right, this is good. All right, now we got all this money. I'm like, wait, you didn't even really kind of explain anything.
What happened?
Like I want a little bit of the details of what's going on.
All right. Now Ozark it's a phenomenal show. It's one of the best ones on Netflix in my opinion. But
I gotta finish that. I did give in yesterday and I bought a Switch.
You bought a Switch?
Yeah, I was bored, and I was literally just sitting around. And I'm like, I don't want to sit in my house. I had yesterday and today off. I was like, fuck it, I'm going to buy a Switch.
Yeah.
And something about going to Walmart and spending $500 on a bunch of stuff. The white trash in me was just like so hard. I was like coming internally. The white trash in me was like, yeah, spend more money at Walmart. Give Walmart all your money.
And then you go just obese people everywhere walking around.
I saw some fat lady on one of those Mart carts, and I've seen her at Hannaford all the time in a Mart cart, and she's such a cunt. She's such a cunt. She's one of those people on the Mart cart that can get up, but like if the buzzer isn't close enough for her to buzz, instead of getting up, she'll always sit there and go, excuse me. Like she'll just sit there in a Mart cart until somebody comes up and helps her fat ass.
Like, I don't know how people get to that point. You know, it's like, how do you let I understand having like a range of like the weight that you'll be at, and it can like fluctuate.
Yeah, you gotta fluctuate.
You know, I don't understand how, because I think everyone starts off with that range because when you're a kid, it's like it's very unlikely you're gonna be like an obese kid because kids are like running around and this shit. But I don't know, video games nowadays it might be different. But I feel like we all start off at a range, but I don't understand how. You go, like, you're in that range, and then you just fucking break through the top. You just skyrocket to, like, fucking 400, 500 pounds.
How do you go from, like, 40 pounds, 50 pounds overweight? That's still a lot of... But then you're, like, 250 pounds overweight? Like, how did you jump that extra 200 pounds? And at one point, you didn't get out of the shower and go, I need to stop, because I look like the blob. Like, I'm melting.
Like, at that point, it's just not okay. Like, there are going to be, like, literal... crevices on you that like you can't like clean.
Yeah.
And dude, like it's gonna smell so bad.
I know this is gonna sound like we're fat shaming too, but it's just like it's so much easier to not get fat. Like don't eat that stuff. That's what you have to not eat. That's how you don't get fat.
Yeah, I mean like there's a couple arguments where it's like if someone's on a certain medication, it can
there's obviously things,
and stuff, water weight, and like absolutely 100%. Like I've known people who are on that medication who it's like they have a really hard time like keeping off weight because of medication, like
or like disabilities and you can't even like work out or you can't even you're not even really mobile.
Yeah,
it's like well then what are you gonna do? But
I just feel like in our society, like the amount of people who are overweight, it's just like statistically like that's not comparable to like medical illnesses, or it's like what they might say too is like, oh, like they're overweight, and then they have like this medical illness and they can't like lose and like they can't lose weight, but they got the illness from being overweight. It's like because when you're overweight, you're predetermined to get all sorts of fucking illnesses.
It's bad. It's not good to be
diabetes,
fat.
fucking all kinds of shit.
Even difference between like if you're overweight, it's like all right. I mean, I've been there too. We've all more than you wanted to be at. But like obese is like, how do you get to be obese? Like there's people on TV like 600-pound life. Like how the fuck did you get to 600 pounds? Like, I mean it's easy. 8. That's how you got to 600 pounds. You just
who the fuck brought you all this food?
Keep eating.
Because at one point you can't move. There's someone shoveling food into your face. Like literally.
It's also kind of crazy how big people actually can get. If you just think about it, people can get big. A person can get fat.
They can get like I don't know how there's not like an off switch in the body that's just like stop retaining fat.
Like we're not doing this anymore.
Just send it.
Like your brain just is like we're not even hungry. How do you like that? You don't even.
But it's just like our evolution. It's like putting on fat was like so hard for so long in our history.
That was that was a sign of wealth.
Yeah.
If you
exactly.
Because you could afford to eat.
Yeah, if you were like a chiseled fucking masculine farmer and you were like a fat like emperor, it's like the fat emperor was like so much more attractive.
Yeah, people would be like, "Oh my god, look at this guy! Like he's got rolls. That means he can eat bread every day."
Yeah, your fatness is compared to abs. Like literally that's how it was. Because back then like it was beneficial. Like
Yeah, and everyone probably had tapeworms, so no one's gaining any weight.
Yeah,
how gross everybody was.
Right. It's just like I don't understand. Like it's just like for so long in our history we were just like gaining fat was so rare that we literally just kept putting fat on and our body never developed an off switch because our body was like, we're never going to need an off switch.
We need it. Like there's going to be a time when there's no food. Get as much fat as you can because the winter's coming and we're going to be freezing to death. And then now it's like that's not the case at all. You can get food delivered to your home from any restaurant you want.
And with a few extra dollars, you can get them to shovel it in your mouth, too.
Yeah, they'll come right in. Here you go. We'll put it in a blender, put it right in an IV. Motherfuckers.
That's going to be the future. The KFC is going to be selling fucking bags with like an IV. And it's just going to be gravy.
Just fucking gravy. Patton Oswalt has a joke about that, a famous bowl. Like he just goes on a rant about a famous bowl, like, I want all of these ingredients. He's like, well, how about separate, like, nicely on a plate? Nah, jam them all together in one ball. He goes, you know what? Never mind. Put them in a caulking gun. He's like...
Just open wide.
I remember when those came out, and I was like, that sounds amazing, a famous bowl. Then, like, you see all, like, the nutrition facts of it, and you're like, I should never have eaten those. And I probably had 100 famous bowls.
Famous bowls are fucking bomb.
They're so good. They're so bad for you. They're so bad for you.
They're very not good. They have spicy famous bowls now.
They have spicy. They have everything KFC has is delicious, but it's awful for you. Well, I shouldn't say that. They have, like, plant-based chicken now.
But who buys that?
I just don't get, like... like vegans ever who preach it so hardcore how so good it is, then why do you want your food to taste like my food? Like if being a vegan's so great, then why do you need like burgers that taste like actual burgers and chicken that tastes like actual chicken? Eat your fucking shitty plants because it's so good for you.
Yeah.
And I'll eat my burger.
I've never understood like the vegan mentality. Like it's just like, do you know like what we did, like our whole history of survival?
Why we have like canines still as teeth? All our teeth aren't flat. We still have that kind of rip. Like meat right off a bone.
We're omnivores.
Yeah.
It's like 50-50.
That's how we made it.
That's how we're here.
Though I say that if we were in the wild, I wouldn't be able to kill a cow or something. I don't think there'd be any way I could.
Dude, I'd fuck that cow up.
I don't know if I'd be able to do it. I'd be picking berries. I'd be like, you ever see Year One?
Like
Jack Black. That'd be me.
Yeah. You'd be with the females picking berries.
I'm gatherers. I'm not a hunter. I'd be picking berries.
Okay. But no, like, dude, like if you like it, like, I don't know if like I had like a fucking rock and like there was like a deer, like I'd be like, oh, this is hard. But if like you give me a rifle, I'd fuck that deer up in a heartbeat because I know I can kill it quick. You know, it's like a big difference. But like I don't know, like you know those old caveman like fucking bolas that they swing around their head with the rocks and they fucking chuck that shit. It's like, dude, they were killing like turkeys and shit with that.
Yeah.
Like they were fucking whipping that shit.
I could kill a turkey. I wouldn't give a fuck about that. Something about like a cow or a pig. I just don't know if I could do it.
Well, dude, like when they're young and even when they're old, like they can act like dogs.
That's what I mean. They look all happy and like it would
like,
trust me. I think that's what it would be. If it trusted me, I don't think I could. I think if maybe it was a random cow, I might be able to do it, but if it was like my cow, there's no fucking way I'd be able to.
I saw this really fucked up. Like you ever seen it's not Man vs. Wild. It's like How to Survive.
Survivor Man.
It's something like that. But it was like every episode has a different person, and it talked about like their survival, like length in like a woods, like the whole episode. And there was this one dude in the Amazon jungle, and he had a fucking chihuahua with him. Why the fuck you brought a chihuahua with you to like the Amazon? I don't know.
The worst place a chihuahua could probably be is the fucking Amazon.
Yeah, he brought a chihuahua with him.
There's bugs that are bigger than him there.
And they were like whitewater, like rafting with a fucking chihuahua in the Amazon by himself with this fucking thing. And long story short, he gets in, like obviously fucking whitewater, collapses his canoe, breaks to shit. He doesn't know where he is. He doesn't know where the fuck his dog went. He's surviving in the woods for like 2 weeks.
Oh, fuck.
He's like down 30, 40 pounds. He's barely surviving. He's like sick as fuck too.
Oh yeah,
'Cause
probably
it's
drinking the river water and all that shit too.
Well, yeah, it's the Amazon. You know how many viruses?
Oh yeah,
like mosquitoes. Like,
yeah.
Fucking, they just eating him up basically, and like he's so sick, and after he survived for about 2 weeks, his Chihuahua finds him, right?
Oh shit.
And they reunite, right? And this dude is so hungry, so starving, that the Chihuahua, he is with him for about 2 minutes, and he's like petting the Chihuahua, and like he gets like this primitive fucking rage in his brain where he's like, I have to eat.
Caveman. Yeah.
Like literal, like pure, like the most purest primitive like caveman thought, just eat. And he fucking grabs a Chihuahua and he sinks his teeth in its throat and tears its throat out.
Jesus Christ.
And he starts eating little pieces of it, and he vomits because it's raw.
Yeah, you can't just
Right?
eat raw fucking.
Like, fuck this guy.
Like, you can't just eat raw meat.
I understand the impulse, right? Like, if we're in that situation, we can't say we're not going to do that.
Oh yeah, exactly.
You know, like that's impossible. We can't say we wouldn't. But literally, fuck you for bringing your Chihuahua whitewater rafting you in the fucking Amazon.
Like,
and literally, it was the saddest thing. It was the saddest fucking episode because literally an hour after he did that to his dog, like some people found him in the woods and
oh my
rescued him.
god.
Literally, he was about to die there. Like, he was puking, like, he couldn't fucking move.
Yeah, this is it.
And, like, literally some, like, random hikers, like, found him or whatever.
Oh my god, and he
Like,
half ate his dog.
yeah. Literally, like, an hour longer, they both would have survived, would have been fine. And it would have been the, like, fucking coolest, like, oh, your dog found you right before you survived and you guys escaped together. No, he tore its throat out.
He tried to eat it like he was a panther. That's like, it couldn't be much worse to bring a dog to somewhere where there's bugs bigger than what your dog is.
Yeah.
Fucking Amazon.
Yeah, but like, dude, like that was like, it was just so sad.
I'd never be able to survive. I don't know how to do any of that shit. I wouldn't be able to fucking start a fire or build a shelter.
Dude, Amazon, everything's wet.
Everything's wet. There's snakes and shit everywhere. There's people walking around naked.
Like, how did we even get through that? Like, we were there at one point.
We were there at one point. We made it out.
Like, I don't understand how we have, like, computers and fucking all this shit now. It's like, we were, like, killing bugs and shit to survive. And
fucking monkeys.
Yeah.
Now we're just...
We were, like, literally testing what plants were good by eating them and seeing if we die. Like,
yeah. It's the smart people.
They were like, oh, purple berry. Oh, I'll try it to see what happens.
Dead.
Dead.
I wonder how
Don't eat purple berry.
I wonder how many times they did that to themselves before they were like, maybe we should get some animal, right? Feed this to the animal. See if it dies.
Yeah, but they didn't know that they were part of the mammals. Like, they didn't.
Yeah.
They didn't know it would have like the same reaction. Maybe they were just. One thing they probably did, like early humans, is like they would just be like, oh, like, whatever a monkey is eating, we can eat too. Like, pretty much, because like you see them like up in the trees eating certain fruit, then you're like, oh, that's probably good, you know?
Yeah, fucking thing keels over. You're like, all right, don't eat that. Don't.
The monkey falls out the tree. You're like, don't go near that tree.
Eat that monkey though.
Fucking eat that monkey though.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah, dude.
You see, on Groundhog Day, the groundhog died before it came out.
When?
You know, February 2nd's Groundhog Day.
Oh shit.
And yeah, the groundhog like died like the day before or like right before it was supposed to go out.
What a good way to tell us how good of a 2022 year we're gonna have.
I saw a great meme that was like, do you think he died because like he saw the shadow? And someone's like, no, we saw the light. That's he saw the light, and that was that's one of my favorite movies. Have you ever seen Groundhog Day with Bill Murray?
So good.
That's one of my favorite movies ever. I'll talk about that movie every day just because, like, I would like to debate how long people think he was there. Because he learned how to be like a doctor and play the piano and learned everybody's name in the town and had shit like down to the second timed out. Like, he had to have been there for 100 years or something.
Yeah, like literally, like maybe even longer. Like, he learned how to be a doctor.
Yeah, he learned, yeah.
That's at least 8-10 years.
That's what I mean.
Like, Jesus
and then
Christ.
learn how to play the piano, learn like everybody's name in the town and everything else. And my favorite part in it is when he's downstairs with all the old people and they're watching Jeopardy, and he's just saying all the answers right. And then he just slowly looks at one of the old ladies and says the answer before he asks the question. And then they ask the question, the guy says the answer, and the lady's just all like scared, and he's just staring at her.
The amount of practical jokes you could do living in a Groundhog Day simulation. God.
There are a lot of movies. There's Happy Death Day. I don't know if you've ever seen that. That's another one where the girl kind of lives the same. She lives her birthday over and over again because she has to. But that's different because that one she's trying to figure out who's killing her, and until she figures out who the murderer is, she has to keep reliving the same day over and over.
Oh shit! Yeah.
That sounds terrible. The same day. He kept trying to kill himself. He like threw a toaster in the oven. I mean, in the bathtub in one of them.
He would like jump off buildings.
Yep. He did everything. He stole the groundhog at one point. He was like, he had the groundhog driving. That's such like a 80s thing, like the animal driving.
Yeah. I saw a video not too long ago. I don't know if it was real or not, but there was like this it was like this Labrador, and it was like in the driver's seat, and there was a trainer like outside of the car. There was no one else in the car, and literally like the trainer was like doing hand movements, and every time it would do like a certain like command or hand movement, like the dog would like turn the steering wheel, and like dude, like it was fucking driving.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Like it was it was going around in a circle.
That's fucking creepy.
Like it was like this fucking it was literally like this circle road, right? And the dog was just fucking going around it in a car. Just like driving, like with its like it couldn't grasp the wheel.
That's
like,
awesome.
It would like with its paws, you know, and like it was like sliding the wheel, and then but yeah, dude, it was pretty fucking hilarious.
Did you see that the video with the orangutan driving around the zoo, and he's like hanging like he's on like a golf cart, and he's just straight up like they got some Ice Cube music or something playing, and he's like leaning back, he's like chilling in it, and he's literally driving with one hand. He's driving in this golf cart, just driving on. He's like looking at. There's one where he drives by this like tiger sanctuary, and the tiger just like following him along the fence, and the orangutan just like fucking driving and just chilling, just starting over. Like it looks like he like nods at somebody at one point, like, "Yo, what's up?"
That's cool. I'd love to teach a monkey to drive.
Oh, orangutans are fucking nuts though. I wouldn't have an orangutan. That's the one. I don't know if you remember. There was one in Connecticut like 20 years ago that like ate a lady's face.
Oh shit.
She had a pet orangutan and it like attacked one of her friends, and it literally like ate her nose and her eyes and her ears and her lips and her cheekbones, and it ate her face, and she lived. And like the cops had to shoot the fucking monkey was losing it, so they had to murder it. And yeah, and her lady, she looked like fucking, what's that dude in Captain America?
God. Yeah.
The red face, I forget his fucking name.
Red Skull.
Red Skull. That's how she.
Oh, Red Skull.
That's fucking awful. It ate her face.
I didn't put two and two together
That's
right
what
away.
she looked like.
Red Skull. Jesus Christ. That's intense.
That's what they do though. Like, you think it would like do that gorilla? I would think like if a monkey attacked me, it'd do that like Donkey Kong stomp on my chest thing. Like, no, they like try to rip your balls off and like your eyeballs, and like they go for like fucking weird things. It ate all of her fingers too. That's what it did. It bit off all of her fingers.
Oh my God. She must have passed out. Like.
Oh, I hope so.
From the pain, because there comes a point where like you're experiencing so much pain that you just pass out.
Yeah.
Like there comes like that point. It's like a certain threshold, but yeah,
I hope
that's
so.
intense. That's very intense.
That was always one of my cringiest things of watching like old war movies and them just like putting a belt in his mouth, like bite down, we're gonna saw your leg off.
Unless the monkey was waiting for her to wake up every time he attacked.
He just delayed it. I know the woman who owned it, we kept trying to get it to like stop, but it was just like, I'm fucking this lady up. I've had enough.
Dude, that's insane.
That's why you can't own animals like that. I think we talked about this before, how there's more. Well, Joe Rogan brought it up, how there's more tigers in Texas than like all the wild of the world. Like,
yeah.
Why? What are you doing with the tiger?
It's a really weird fact. It's like, what are they doing down there?
What are you doing with the tiger?
It's like, it's hot down there. They're supposed to, like, tigers are supposed to be in like the fucking Alps.
Yeah, like snow tigers and shit. And the other one, what other tigers live in what, like India and stuff?
Like, they're definitely not supposed to be in Texas.
India actually has a tiger problem of like them eating people.
Oh yeah, they do.
That's insane.
Like that nighttime, there's like a curfew. because
Yep.
they fucking wander the streets like bears.
Yeah, and it's a tiger. So what do you do?
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck? You go outside to throw out the trash and you're just dead. Fucking tiger just
Literally.
eats you.
They have a third of the land that we have, with like 3 times the population. India. It's like 1 billion people and like a third the size of land is America.
Nope.
It's terrible.
I'm good. That probably does not smell good.
You can't. But there's so much poverty, and that's why the tigers are just eating people. Can't be enough houses. You know what I mean?
Tigers are like, we're helping you out. All right. We're bringing down the population so that you guys can survive.
That's when you know there's so many people when the tigers are like, why am I chasing down this gazelle or whatever they're chasing down in India? Like, there's just a stupid person right over here I can catch way easier than some jungle animal.
Yeah.
A
Dude,
human
a human's fucking
on
nothing.
2 legs, you're dead.
Like, yeah, you got a brain, but what are you gonna do? Like, I mean, your brain's good in like making shit, but you can't.
It's not good for
use
that.
It. You can't use it for fighting a fucking tiger.
No, we lose all power and everything goes to shit. There's an EMP. We're not on the top of the food chain anymore.
No, you're not. Like, you ever hear of the solar storms?
Yeah.
Yeah, like apparently in like 1850 there was one.
Yep.
And like it like fucked up the telegraphs. And, like,
Yeah, they said if
destroyed
that
all of
was like now when that happened, like it would have shut down like
Everything.
global communications. Like,
Yeah.
it would have been fucked.
every electronic device that exists right now would be fried.
And there's nothing you can do, especially if they fry like the big, like I don't want to say generators, but you know those places like where all the electricity comes from. You know, there's only grids. There's only like so many grids too. Like those all go out. Like you're not just gonna rebuild those in a week. Like that'll take years and years to rebuild one of those, especially if it got fried.
And I think in like 2008, like we just narrowly missed a solar storm, like by fucking. It was like I think it was like 10,000 miles or something that missed us. Like it was like in space, like that's fucking small.
Yeah.
Like it like narrowly missed us, and like if that would have hit us,
We wouldn't be doing this right now.
no. I mean, who knows how long it would take to recover, like from that, you know?
I bet you decades.
Yeah.
Before it was back to completely. And what about all the other things like dams and all that rely on that? Like how many of those would just break and kill a bunch of people?
Yeah, like energy, power plants, done.
Yeah.
Nothing. Well, we're all gonna go outside and start.
How many
killing each
nuclear
other.
plants are going to go up too? You know what I mean? Like nothing to regulate any of the temperature or control any of that stuff. That shit's just going to go. Like how do you stop? Is everywhere just going to be Chernobyl that has a fucking nuclear plant?
Probably. I mean, like, it's insane to think about. Where it's like, oh, any day that could happen.
Like literally, there's just small things in nature. Like we feel so in control. I read an article this morning about how somewhere right off of the northwest coast, near like Washington, Northern California, there's like some fault that is like overdue for a 9.0 fucking earthquake, and it started off saying that there was this school kind of like right next to the coast, and the little kids there have to do like almost the under your desk training of like if the tsunami comes, and then after the earthquake they're supposed to run upstairs to the second floor, which is I think they said like it's like 23 feet high. They said if that earthquake goes off, the tsunami is going to be 100 feet high, the wave crashing in. So they were like, there's no point even, why are we showing these kids? They're going to get hit with, they said they'll be under 10 feet of water in like 15 minutes. Like, holy shit, we all think we're so like advanced in the future, and then one earthquake, we're all back to, the fucking Stone Age.
Yeah, pretty much. Yellowstone's gonna pop off eventually too.
That would be global.
Yeah.
Though that would end like.
That'd be a nuclear winter.
Yeah, that'd be a nuclear winter. That would fuck up the entire world.
Yeah, that would. What I read.
Super volcano.
What I read is it would completely like that. Is that in Colorado or where is it?
No, it's not Colorado. It's Wyoming.
Wyoming.
Yep.
Yeah. If that went off, it would not only destroy all of Wyoming, like literally everyone there's dead, but like the adjacent states as well. Everyone there's dead.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And then like the states around the next like layer would be like fine,
Yeah.
Like, but literally
We'd still be getting ash here.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It would be raining ash down here.
Absolutely, 100%. Like it would be raining ash all over the world. Like there'd be a giant nuclear winter.
And then that would create like crazy storms.
Yeah.
And everything too.
Yeah.
We'd be fucked. We'd be absolutely fucked.
Yeah, that would be how would we survive that? Canned food. That would go really quick.
You need to live like somewhere random. I said that's when like if you're in like Antarctica or something studying, if you're some scientist, that's probably somewhere. I always want to say Australia just because it's so far from everything.
Yeah, like that's why you should own a gun.
That's why you need a gun. Yeah.
That's why you should invest in getting guns today.
And not just guns, lots of bullets. Because the old Joe Rogan joke, once you run out of bullets, I don't know how to make a bullet, do you? Fuck. Might as well be standing there with a big stick.
Yeah. That's what it is. It'll just be a big stick at that point.
It's a big stick.
You know what Native Americans called guns? The first time they saw them?
Boomsticks?
Yeah, boomsticks.
Yes.
I always thought that was fucking hilarious. The first time my history teacher told us that, dude, that was so funny. That was fucking hilarious.
Was it Ash vs. Evil Dead or one of the Evil Deads? That's what he calls it, the guy. He goes, it's some like kind of zombie movie thing, and he ends up, I think it's the second one or the first one, I don't know, I haven't seen him in a while. He ends up like going through some wormhole and he's back in time, but he has a shotgun. And like there's like this creature and he just blows it away with a shotgun and he looks at everybody and he goes, "This is my boomstick." Like,
this is my boomstick.
This is my boomstick.
God. That's funny.
That's all you need. Though we've already talked about this a bunch of times, but we live in Massachusetts and it's not easy getting a gun.
It's not that easy, but like once you get through the red tape, it's not too bad. As long as you'd never committed a felony, honestly.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of steps of paperwork. That's what it is. It's pretty much.
But if you drive 10 minutes up the road and you live there, I just need a license. I go anywhere in New Hampshire with a license, any gun store, and I can just leave with a gun.
Yeah, you can. That's so true. Yeah, everyone goes to New Hampshire for cigarettes, too.
There's no state tax. That's why. Taxachusetts.
They hit you.
But
yeah,
they hit you hard in New Hampshire with, like, land taxes and shit like that. That's where you get fucked in the ass.
Yeah. Yeah, they gotta get money somehow.
And it's New Hampshire. I like New Hampshire. I don't want to live in New Hampshire. It's like a southern state up north.
Where's like the best place to live that's like the cheapest and
around?
What would you think?
I wouldn't mind living in like Maine or something. That can't be too expensive, right? I mean, I don't know. I could be saying that and then they're like, "Yeah, right, do you know how expensive it is up here?" Vermont.
Yeah, I bet it would like depend where you lived, you know? Like it's like I don't know. I would want to go to a place that's like closer to the equator, you know.
I want to go warmer.
More average temperatures. Yeah. It sucks. Like the winters here.
The winters suck.
It's shitty, man. It's so cold and.
They get worse the older you get because it's not as magical. There's no fat guy bringing you stuff, and there's no days off from school and a winter vacation. You just go to work.
Yeah,
That's
because
it.
like even if it does snow fucking 2 feet, go to work.
Go to work.
It's like, fuck, I want a snow day.
It's 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm shoveling out my car to go to a grocery store where there's going to be 6 customers today. Like, yay, winter. This is so much fun.
Yay, winter. Fun stuff.
I don't know if I'd want it to be summer every day, though. I'd feel like 8 straight months of being hot. I'd be like, all right, enough. Like, can I get a breeze?
Yeah, like that's why I said closer to the equator.
Yeah.
Like, not
You don't want to go
on it. Like, fuck that shit.
You don't want to live in, like, fucking Panama or something.
No. Like, I don't know. Just like I want to go to a southern state that doesn't have southern people, you know?
You gotta go, yeah.
Like, you
gotta find,
like,
I know, I'm trying to think.
Intellectual northerners in a southern state that's like...
Well, I mean, apparently they're taking over Texas, right?
Texas wouldn't be
Everyone's
bad.
going to Texas, it seems like.
Yeah, but if everyone's going to Texas, that means the price of living is going to fuck up.
Oh, yeah.
Only the Joe Rogans of the world are going to be able to go there.
Yep.
So... But I mean, where there's a will, there's a way. Dude, I think it would be nice living in Texas.
I don't know where I'd want to go. I like it here.
It's not bad. Like the summers here are really good.
Yeah.
Like it's really nice. It's really nice up here during the summer. Like the fall is good.
From like April to like November. But like December, January, and February, and sometimes March are just shit.
Yeah.
It's just shit.
And then like when you're in those months, you just really want to leave.
And then when it's like July, you totally forget.
Yeah.
You're like, this is awesome, dude. I mean, it gets hot too. I bet everywhere, you know, it's fucking summer. It's gonna get hot.
Yeah. But I don't know. I've always like at least you don't have to shovel heat.
Like, yeah, literally. I know that's always the debate, right? Would you rather be hot or would you rather be cold? It's like,
well,
I know you can be cold. I'll just throw on some layers and I'm good. But it's like, well, I'm hot. I can just turn on the air conditioning and. There's nothing better than being hot and having the nice cold AC.
Dude, it's
like when you play ball all day, then like you leave your room door closed, and then you walk in while you're pouring sweat. And there's just that cold fucking AC hits you. Oh my god.
Dude, it's better. It's better than.
That's better than like hitting a game-winning shot and everyone's like woohoo! It's walking into that room.
It's better than sex. It's better.
It's so good.
It's better than everything.
It's so good.
That feeling is. And like, yeah, you go in like your AC room, and maybe you even have like a big ass plate of food too.
Oh my God.
Right after playing ball. Ah, that's the best.
I just put my head right next to that air conditioner. You're like, and then you turn around, like lift up your shirt and have it on your back, and you're like, oh my God, I could die right now. This is.
It's the most orgasmic feeling ever. The amount of serotonin and dopamine it gives you is just off the charts.
It's not the same when you're really cold and like you go to a heater, because it still kind of hurts warming up. Like you get like puffy fingers and everything, and you get like tingles because you're not supposed to warm up really quick anyway. It's not good.
Hot to cold is so much better.
Yeah.
So much better in every way.
Shocking your system.
For sure. But all right, I think that might be a good spot to end it for today.
That's a good spot.
All right. Well, everybody, you take it easy.
Yes, this will be the Valentine's Day one by the time this gets posted, so.
Hell yeah, Valentine's,
Hooray.
hearts, and...
Get chocolate and tell us to go fuck ourselves.
Yes, tell us to go fuck ourselves, and take it easy, everybody.
Peace.